obviously the wide field for the ADSB is the one in the upper left. I've also got it mirrored down here. And so, you know, that's basically something that's coming in from a service that works off of feeders. You know, if you have individual receivers down on the ground, you know, they'll feed information into a central database, and that's what provides this information. But we've also got the one that's on site here. So I'm gonna see if I can pull that guy up, zoom him out rather. So here you can see our local receiver is also picking up, you know, the same traffic that you see over here, except very often we get local traffic, or we'll get traffic in the vicinity of the ranch. It doesn't show up on any web, you know, web-based database. So obviously that's useful to us. If we do have something coming over the ranch, we'll know what it is. We got two ways of making sure, and then we've got the spectrum analyzer running in real time. That's the Aronia, and you see in the red, you see the peak hold, and you know, yeah, we did have a little peak right here, but I think I know what this one is when we did the rocket launch. But nothing unusual coming up this time.
That's what they said with the rocket flight.
So you know, very often I'll see it. So you know, sometimes we've seen traffic around or peaks around 1.6. Here's a peak at about 1.625. But I've seen that one fairly frequently. I mean, we know what that is. It's assignable cause. What else? You know, sometimes in the evening, I'll do some experiments in real time. Try some stimulation exercises with the signal generator. You know, we'll do the broadcast and look and see if anything comes back. We do that quite often throughout the year. Yeah, you know what? Look at this. I have got to go out and find out what's doing that.
What camera's missed up?
Yeah, the EN01 has been going down.
Oh, wow.
So I need to get out there and probably re-terminate the.
Oh yeah, no signal.
Yeah.
You know, this is a directional magnetic antenna. It's got some coils on it that are quite sensitive to magnetic fields. You know, in the low frequency range. So this is single-digit hertz to kilohertz, and it'll actually help, you know, localize any sources of a magnetic transient. So you can aim that around. And
So a lot of times, like with the tri-field meters, we'll see magnetic anomalies, but you don't know where they're coming from. You just know they're coming from somewhere near you. This thing, once we get it working the way we need it to, we should be able to find where these anomalies are.
Target right into it.
Yeah.
Yep. So I mean, I can plug the output of this thing right into an O-scope and, you know, find a maximum, which is a typical approach to that sort of thing. We've got all sorts of antennas in here. Good gosh. You know, most of them are directional, but there are some that will just receive signals from all directions. We call those an omnidirectional antenna.
Like this one.
Like this one here is very directional. That's a log periodic antenna.
With an amplifier.
Yes, which is very helpful out in the field.
It allows us to look broadband and in a direct direction when we connect it to that thing right there. What you're connected to the parabola right now? Dish right now.
Yeah.
Right?
So we've got a parabolic dish out at the helipad. It's like when we were doing the rocket launches. You know, when you were in the east field, Travis, you know, I turned it around back in your direction, looking for just in case we do stimulate any kind of a burst, a signal like we've seen before.
And did you see anything?
There wasn't anything this time.
Okay.
You know, but there may have been an object in the sky at the time of that first launch.
Yeah.
Meaning concurrent with the launch. So,
Yeah. Well, that's what you know. It's possible we saw something. We need to go back through the footage and see.
Yep. Now on the second one, I didn't notice anything, but I have to. But look, the atmospheric conditions are not ideal. It's very hazy out.
Somebody told me yesterday there's a fire nearby or something.
That could be the reason. So you know, I was hoping that I'd get a really nice shot of the rocket, especially on return. But it was pretty washed out.
Oh. Well, it was a ideal rocket launch, but right up through where the anomaly is, where the rockets are usually pushed away. So it's like it's turned off right now, or it's not there.
Well, you know, that's one of the reasons when I made that visualization, that model, you know, I portray it as being something that's transient, comes and goes. It's really kind of a hard thing to nail down.
You know, we should think about an experiment where we launch rockets on specific times on a schedule, and map, you know, their trajectory and see if we see the trajectories change different times of day, different times of night, or if it's random.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You know, if we get enough statistics, I think we'll start to form a picture.
Yeah. Just like with the bottles and everything else.
Yeah, and very often, you know, we'll piggyback one of these we often talk about the GPS data. Like here's one way we get these things into the air. We'll attach them to a stabilizing carrier, and then we can put them in the rockets, or we can put them into things like, I call these my pills. I put these inside. But it's a great way to keep them protected from the elements, and they still receive the signals just fine.
You've heard of Mama's Little Helper. That's Erik's Little Helper.
Yeah, and
That 79-hour energy.
gosh. Yeah. So what else is interesting? Well, we've got the handheld XRF behind you. We've got it's an X-ray for us. It's an analysis device.
Got a microscope behind us. We can do some material surface analysis if we need to.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's pretty cool, Erik, you ought to show them the supercomputer in the closet.
Oh, yeah. So the guy that's doing all the spying on the property, meaning the computer running the software, it's looking for change detection. And over here we go. Right now I've got Oh my, that's quite a number. I've got 61,666.
I saw it. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
That,
Hey, what is that curved thing in the middle of the?
So what you're seeing here?
Is that a glare?
Yeah, that's a reflection artifact.
Okay.
Remember that sky-facing dome camera? It's
got like a little nipple or something right in the top, right?
So this
Little
is actually,
Phillips screw.
That's a Phillips. It's a little Phillips screw. Yeah. So yeah, we get reflections. Some of the the insiders have noticed. Oh my gosh, there's something showing up there. And so what I have to point out sometimes is that there is structure inside of there that's getting reflected.
You
back
just
on
had a beta epsilon gamma go across there.
We get a lot of those.
Yeah.
Beta, epsilon, gamma. Yeah. So 61,666 clips of mostly what you just said. Mostly it's going to be bugs and birds and things like that.
Yeah.
But it's not. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the interesting stuff.
Right, sure.
But
you got a supercomputer in there crunching it, right?
yeah. Oh yeah. So I got sidetracked. So all the processing on this is being done by this bad boy in here. It's based in here. Climate controlled, and we have HEPA filtration, but we've got several computers in there, including this one. So this one here on the back shelf is actually the one that's running the video surveillance with the VMS, looking for the change detection, and of course we store any interesting events on those drives that you see there on the right. Gosh, it's a lot of stuff. It's a bit of a mess in there right now. I'm actually preparing for the arrival of yet another machine that might be bigger and badder.